life served. And I think that might have been just as important as the tax cut. Regulatory relief for community banks. They were dying, the community banks. Now they can loan you money. Make a good deal, please. We enacted all sorts of different elements for credit unions to come, so they make it possible for you. My administration is providing more affordable health care options for Americans through association health plans and short-term duration plans. We have all sorts of health care. We actually had it beaten, but that's a long story. We repealed and replaced, but we'll do it. We'll do it. We had it done, but something happened. But we need, frankly, you're right, Heidi's vote would have been great if we had Heidi's vote, but she voted against it. But we got, if you remember, the individual mandate was wiped out. So we wiped out the individual mandate, which is the most unpopular part of Obamacare. We wiped it out. And then I have 3 more pages, 2 more pages, just like this, look. Okay? But isn't this much more exciting than listening to President Obama say that? Because we get things done. All of this, like the gentleman from the coal industry. I mean, I've had that from so many people. I've had it from so many other industries. What we're doing for timber and lumber, what we're doing for so many other industries, what we're doing for cars. Plants are moving back to the United States. They're coming into Michigan. They're going into Ohio. They're going into Pennsylvania. They're going into North Carolina. We have a lot of them coming back in. Tremendous. And we have just started. One of the things I wanted is I don't want our companies, and I just insist on, I don't want our companies moving to other countries, firing everybody, losing these great companies and losing these great jobs. And that's the thing I'm most insistent on with trade deals. We did NAFTA. Our country emptied out. They still have empty places up in New England, these big factories that are all empty. They went and moved to Mexico and other places, but they moved to Mexico. So I could go on and reached so many different things. We've started the wall. It's moving along. Kevin is a big fan. Kevin's a big fan of the wall. And I just say this. We have so many things. I will put it very strongly, your Second Amendment is under siege. You put the wrong person in there, they're going to vote with Schumer. Look, Heidi is going to vote with Schumer and Nancy Pelosi. I always add Maxine Waters in there because, but he's going to vote with, he's going to vote with me. He's going to vote on Making America Great Again, which soon we're going to be changing to Keep America Great, exclamation point. Keep America great. But Kevin's going to be with us, and we've got the agenda for the courts, the agenda for the borders. We want borders. We don't want people pouring into our country. We have no idea who they are, where they come from. And you know, with these lotteries that we have lotteries from countries where people come in through a lottery system. Do you think that these countries are sending us their finest? I don't think so. Now, they would say, that's a terrible thing to say. I mean, when I hit MS-13 and I called them animals, they're animals. Nancy Pelosi said, how dare he say that about another human being, you know. No, we have to be tough. We have to protect our law enforcement just like they protect us. ICE is under siege, and our law enforcement is under siege, and they want to have weak law enforcement, and basically they want to have crime come in. Look what happened in Chicago with a liberal mayor that had these stupid policies, but now he's not running anymore, so that's fine. But, I mean, 2 weeks ago, 68 people shot, 12 died. Chicago. That's our country. I mean, it skews the crime figures, because the crime figures in the United States are doing well. But you add, that's a lot of addition in terms of skewing numbers. But that'll get straightened out. It's easy to straighten out if you have the right policy. It's actually easy to straighten out. So we want to have strong borders, and that's Kevin. We want to have no crime, that's Kevin Kramer. We want to have, we're going to have totally protected Medicare. We're going to protect our Social Security. That's Kevin. The Democrats are going to destroy your Social Security. As sure as you're standing there, sorry for the no seats, but the crowd was bigger than they're supposed to be. But as sure as you're standing there, they want to destroy your Social Security. We're going to protect it. Kevin's going to protect your Second Amendment, and so am I. But you know, things like that, that's a very important thing. And things like that, they are under siege, and things like that can disappear very, very quickly if you don't have the right people. So I'm here for Kevin Cramer. I want to thank you all for supporting him. It's an honor for me because he's a very special man. I really said, you really owe it to the country. You have to do this. You have to do this. We need that vote. We need him. We need his brain power. We need his presence in Washington, D.C., because that place is brutal. It's brutal. It's a lot of bad things up here going through people's heads. These are sick people. These are sick people. I mean, the deceit and some of these Democrat senators, oh, Mr. President, how are you? I'm such a fan, blah, blah. But then I see him on television 10 minutes later. We must get rid of this guy. I said, wait a minute, I just said hello to the guy 15 minutes ago. He's hugging and kissing me. He's hugging, he's kissing, and then he's talking. These people, it's bad. I used to say real estate guys in New York, they're really tough. Now I say they're babies. They're babies. But we need Kevin there. We have to have him. So I'm here for him. I honor him, and I honor you for helping. Thank you all very much. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, that was President Trump speaking at a rally there, or fundraiser, I should say, in North Dakota. He had an opportunity, perhaps, to have gone after that New York Times op-ed, the anonymous one. He chose not to do so. Karl Rove would have approved of that. Karl Rove had given him that advice on this program just moments before he came to stage. And instead, he talked about his accomplishments, something that, again, I think Karl would approve of quite significantly. He talked about the economic success this country has had. He talked about the success the coal industry has had there in North Dakota, and all of this being the result of policies that his administration has put into place. Joining me right now with reaction to what we just heard, Fox News contributor James Freeman of the Wall Street Journal, also here, American Majority CEO